The US is now escalating pressure on Iran, not just militarily but economically. President Trump has vowed to halt commercial movement through the Strait of Hormuz, a move that targets Iran's critical oil lifeline. With nearly a fifth of global energy flows at stake, the strategy risks triggering a wider economic and geopolitical shock. The disruption in the strait is now reaching critical levels. At least 22 ships have been attacked since late February, with 10 crew members killed and nearly 800 vessels stranded, including close to 400 oil tankers. Around 20,000 seafarers are currently unable to transit safely, highlighting the human and logistical cost of the crisis. With over 20% of global energy flowing through the corridor, the scale of disruption is unprecedented. The US strategy is to choke Iran's oil revenue by restricting access. But the impact is already spreading far beyond Iran. Around 230 oil-laden vessels are currently stuck, creating a growing backlog in global supply chains. A critical gap is now emerging between market expectations and physical supply. Every day of restriction tightens supply, pushes prices higher, and amplifies risks across energy, food, and manufacturing systems. The crisis is also changing the nature of global trade routes. What was once free transit is now becoming conditional access. Shipping through the Strait of Hormuz is increasingly being restricted, controlled, and negotiated. This raises serious concerns over the integrity of global supply chains. Any precedent of control over such a critical corridor could reshape global trade dynamics. However, the economic squeeze comes with significant risks. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps have warned of strong retaliation if foreign forces attempt to enforce a blockade. This raises the possibility of a direct military escalation in the strait. Iran's parliament speaker has also warned of rising pump prices in the US due to the blockade. The big question now is Iran overplaying its hand by challenging global access, or is the United States underestimating the cost of escalation? With diplomacy failing to make any progress, the Hormuz crisis is fast turning into a global economic flashpoint. Mark Brolin is a geoeconomic and geopolitical strategist and author. He spoke to us earlier today, and this is what he told us.
Well, yes, there is a blockade against on top of another blockade. So that's sort of a first in a sense, sensational in one sense. But I think also that this is Trump still bargaining. He's now bargaining with trying a different stick. And I think we can see on the oil price, they haven't gone up that much. They have gone up a bit. But I think everyone is sort of still pricing in that this is still part of the negotiation game. And I think it's the same from the Iranian side. They don't have the capacity to keep going. They don't have that many missiles left. So I think this is still, they're still just, they left Pakistan. Well, J.D. Vance left on Saturday. But I think they're still trying to play this as a negotiation game.
After repeatedly threatening Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz, President Trump has now said that the U.S. will begin a blockade of the strait. My colleague Josna Kumar explains whether the U.S. can control the critical waterway or not.